All right, so what's going on, everybody? All praise be to the Most High, uh, the Creator, the Ancient of Days. Um, we're gonna pick up where we left off. Just going over the basics and understanding English when it comes down to the Word of God. As we've already covered, everybody keeps pointing back. And the very first thing it states is, go back, take, go, state the commandments, and the general idea of that is the Ten Commandments or the Decalogue. We got all these translations of Bibles and yada yada yada. So. The whole purpose of making this little quick series here is to show that just with a basic King James Bible and having a grip on the English language, it makes it pretty much serious and come to life, and that the problem is the um, lack of honesty with oneself. Not one. I'm sorry about that. Not wanting to. Not wanting to admit our ignorance, basically. Yeah. Shame to admit that we don't. But it is what it is. So, um, we're gonna pick up at Exodus, and that's Exodus uh, 20:4. Now, you should have your Bible too. And then for this lesson, a dictionary. The dictionary that I'm using is a simple one. It's just the Oxford American Dictionary, with the source and Pocket Dictionary and a Pocket King James Bible with the precepts. So let's discover. Let's kind of bring this to light by understanding what we're reading, um, instead of just going with it. All right. So Exodus chapter 20 and verse 4. You know what? Let's go back. See where we're at so far. Exodus 20 and 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now, where we're at now. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything is italicized, that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. One sentence. There's no precepts for that. Now, when we read the precepts for verse 3, we know which is Deuteronomy 5 and 7 and 2 Kings 17 and 35. That the additional information for that verse um, is reflective of this verse here. So we're going to stick to our principles here. We're going to stick to our method of understanding and look up some words. All right, so let's see here. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Now, that sounds pretty straightforward, as we understand it. But we're gonna play the dumb card. Let's look it up. Graven image. All right. Excuse me. Graven. I'm sorry, y'all, for all the sniffling and stuff I'm doing. It's my allergy. Not even allergies. Well, it is allergies. It's my hay fever. I did bring over my light because that last video I was just too dark, and I didn't want to sit up here and mess around and make another video and kind of regurgitate that information again. Um, so, in any case, Graven. Alrighty. So, Graven image. Grave. Gravestone. There we go. Above gravestone. Imagine that, right? So, Graven image. Can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that. All right. Graven image. Graven image. Graven image. It's a noun. And it means a carved figure used as an object of worship. Okay. Pretty simple. The basic idea of a graven image. People have been, kind of project that. Okay, makes sense. Carved figure. I guess that includes all those Jesus pieces. Just asking if that fits that definition. Yeah, carved. Okay, so let's go on. Let's see here. What's the next word here in the English language used? And it states any likeness. Likeness. It's not assume anything. We're not gonna do what most black folks do and act like we know. Likeness. Likeness. Okay. Like. Okay. Likeness. Right. Let's see here. Boom. Likeness. Y'all see that? Likeness? Okay. Alrighty, perfect. Likeness. A noun. Number one, resemblance. So let's apply that back. Okay. So thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness, or according to definition of the word likeness, number one, meaning resemblance or any resemblance. Okay. Number two, outward appearance. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any outward appearance. Man. But y'all follow the commandments, man. I think that's just kind of like, just applying, just thinking about that right there. And all the stuff we got going on around us, man. You know. Woo. All right. Cool beans. Let's see. And then he gives an example. Humans are made in God's likeness. Number three, a portrait or representation. Representation. So that means if I have to wear the Star of Rapham to show that I'm a Hebrew, that's a representation, right? of a. I mean, am I hearing it wrong? Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness. Yeah, that's representation. That's a and it's graven. It's an object. Make sure. Maybe I'm not. It could. You know what? I will definitely say that I'm not stupid. But by no means am I like a genius. You know, go back to grieving. Make sure I'm, you know, come on, human. It brings up a story. I remember when the family, me, my dad, my mom, my brothers, we went to the what's it called, like the alligator or crocodile park down in Florida, and the host, taking us around the park, he's playing and talking about different alligators, all that stuff. But he made a point. He said, yeah, we want you to feed the alligators because you're on a high plane, and you can like buy like buckets of frozen fish and stuff like that. You can just drop it in the water, and the gator, they come up at you. But he did explain that some of them are very large, so make sure when you drop the fish, hold your arm up, a little bit high, Uh, but he made a comment that I never forgot. And he said that they are dumb, but they're not stupid. So don't treat them like they're stupid. It might cost you. So, in any case, grieving. Look, I was telling that story and I got all lost. Grieving. Oh, now. Here we go. Alrighty. Let's see a carved figure. A carved figure used as an object of worship. Likeness. A portrait or representation. So let's go over the synonyms for likeness: resemblance, similarity, similitude, correspondence. And that's for the first definition of likeness, which is resemblance. And okay. And then number two, which was the definition, was outward appearance. Given the example, humans are made in the image of God. The synonyms are representation, image, so you realize that image, that likeness means image. So God had enough sense to differentiate a graven image and then a plain image, and then had or either or, no matter which one, just don't do it. Okay, all right. A depiction, a portrayal, picture, drawing, sketch, painting, a portrait, photograph. Now check this out. Study. So the word study is a synonym for likeness. Before I go look up study, because I find that very striking. Before I go look up study, let me just use it in the sentence that we're given here. All right. Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or study of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. I'm almost certain, simply by accident before I got to this. In my other video, I said that we shouldn't have influences or spheres of influence, right? Right? All right. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny or put anybody on blast, but before I go look up the word study, just to make sure I'm understanding things correctly, uh, wouldn't that be like a, or I love Brother Scribe, right? What do you perceive? Because wouldn't study be like, Scientology or philosophy? I don't know. Astrobiology? Atheism? All right, so let's go look up study. See what we get with that one. This is getting interesting because that's getting interesting because I didn't, wasn't expecting it. I can tell you that. Um, Learn something new every day. Study. Make sure I understand what do you mean study? Um, Oxford. Study. Study. I apologize that y'all gotta deal with my rants while I'm looking stuff up. But I'm doing the work, looking it up for you because probably ain't look it up. But that's normal. I get it. I get it. Like I say, I'd rather give you the seed. What you do with it is your business. It's up to you to water it. STUs. Come on, study. Man, a lot of S words. Study. All right. So, definition of study. Let me show you. See it? Study. Bam. All right. And wanted to do that, and I do that on purpose. Uh, I think I think showing you is a good habit now, or at least in my opinion, it's helpful for me because uh, just to let you know, I got it from Brother Lex Will. I love it, because then by him putting it up in front of me, pause it, read it. You know what I'm saying? If it's clear, if I got enough clarity, I still can go look it up. But he's putting it up there, kind of confirms like I ain't making shit up. All right, study. Studies, and now plurals of studies. First definition is the reading of books or examination of other materials to gain knowledge. That was a lot. Number two, this is a long one, so I'm just gonna read through them, and we're already at like 20 minutes, so let me just go ahead and go through. A detailed investigation into a subject or situation. A room used for reading and writing. Secret places. Piece of work. Oh. Oh man, my fault. My bad, y'all. My bad. I didn't mess around and laugh so hard and drop my phone. Oh, that's funny to me. I'm sorry. Study. Where was I? Man, I lost my place. Piece of work done for practice or as an experiment. Okay. Then there's the verb, studies, studying, studied. The verb meaning number one, learning about something. Number two, investigate a subject or situation in detail. Yeah, come on now. Okay, I got everything all messed up. In detail. Look at something closely in order to observe or read it. Number four, studied with careful effort. I'm sorry. Let me go back because I'm going to include. I want to add something here because just had a spark of thought. Um, Now, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any study of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. Now, you know what? This goes back to the whole flat earth conversation, don't it? I mean, I'm just the first thing that comes to mind when I read the definition of study being a synonym of the word likeness, meaning, synonym. We take this word over here, move it out the way, and get its relative word over here and slide it in, and it should be the same, or very, 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 very close, without changing the integrity of the word of the sentence. Okay, so with that understanding, thou shalt not make unto thee any study, meaning look at something closely in order to observe or read it. And the reason why I say that is because, like I say with the flat Earth thing, the Bible tells us that the Earth is flat. I mean, that's how it's described. Um, I mean, you even etymology wise, the word for ball and circle are both in the Old Testament, and that's not how they don't use a ball to describe the earth. They use it as a circle, and just to argue with people on that note, it's like you don't get the basics here. Like I'm talking crazy. So, but it's necessary to look closely at, and what they say that the Bible said it, they set stars and then it was wandering stars. But that's it. The Bible say, basically earth and heaven was made at the same time. Genesis chapter 1:1. I mean, well, not 1:1, but it is. But it was made at the same time. But that ain't what we're taught. Um, you know, Taught this whole big thing, and then the universe was made. You know, one. Speaking of, that reminds me. It kind of just make you question and show you how God works, uh, how He confounds them. For me, um, they there's this video of these scientists that they maintain their faith, right? So these guys have been shooting up these rockets up into space allegedly, and did one of those satellites things of the entire universe. Uh, and the data came back the way that the data came back. The information read like, well, from what we can tell, the entire universe is expanding away from us. We're the center of the universe, which is funny because they did like this study of this, I think like 3 times, which I thought was pretty fascinating.
but it makes sense, you know. Uh, I just asked a question to one of my teachers, science teachers. You just, if you notice everywhere you look up in space, I used to ask, if you was it was during the time where we were explaining about the Doppler effect and this, that, and the other, and this is where you learn about red shift and stuff like that, and based upon the do your own homework on redshift. But long story short, the opposite of redshift would be blue shift, which means things are coming closer towards you. Redshift means things are moving further and further away. That's the Doppler effect. You see at the train station, here it comes, and it builds up, and then you go like, that type of deal. Or when somebody got their beat, boom, 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 and then as they come through, they get real loud, and it's right in front of you, boom, 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 and then the way that same sound happens as it moves away from you, the Doppler effect. But there's never any words of any blue shit. Like, ain't nothing ever coming towards us. Ever? Ever? In the entire universe, you tell me? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that they're allegedly, we can't track everything in the sky, but just using their own science against you, where it just falls apart with common sense. You know, that's this one type of deal. So, that's pretty much it on this one. I for how you gonna do that? 26 minutes. You want to keep this under 30? So yeah, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, and or that is in the water underneath. It's this is really straightforward up until the point you read likeness. And when you read and find out and understand what likeness really means, that really, really brings it to life. So now you understand if you are putting any other gods before God, before the Creator. Amazing. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, like I say, it's not hard. I was going to go ahead and just go ahead and read straight through, but I want to kind of break that up in parts. And the reason being here is that um, in later studies that I'm going to do put together, that commandment or that verse in the Decalogue is really going to come back to it. Okay, um, and the city that we're living in right now, these false gods. Some of them are obvious. We can handle those. So, you know what, people? Put the Creator first. Start off by following the command, and everything else kind of start sorting itself out. And don't be so confused about some stuff. So if you are of a believer, or say that you are a believer of God of Abraham, God of Moses, follow. If you say that you follow commandments, well, there you go, man. There you go. And I mean, really, I mean, y'all got tattoos and fake Jesus. I mean, y'all got stuff, images of a Jesus that is not even like remotely accurate to how it's described. Totally accurate. Just saying. So all that symbols and stuff, man, just be careful. Just be careful. You know. So with that being said, good luck. God bless, and keep God on your heart. Yeah. Have a great one, y'all.